Der Championschaftsgürtel liegt schwer auf Schultern. Nicht physisch schwer, emotional schwer, trägt Gewicht von 38 Siegen, 0 Niederlagen, Rekord perfekt über 5 Jahre von professionellem Boxen, beginnend in Underground-Clubs, fortsetzend durch regionale Championships, explodierend zu nationaler Anerkennung, culminating in Titel, in Belt, in Name Victoria Ashford, bekannt, respektiert, gefürchtet in Women's Boxing-Welt. Die ist klein noch, ist kämpfend für Anerkennung noch, ist proving noch, dass Frauen können kämpfen, können dominieren, können sein Entertainment, können sein Athletes worthy, von gleiche Respekt, gleiche Pay, gleiche Attention, als Men trotz Welt sagtend, nein, sagtend unmöglich. Sagtend, Women's Place ist nicht Ring, aber Home, ist nicht Fighting, aber Supporting, ist nicht Being Champion, aber Being Spectator, zu Male Champions, die allein verdienen. Spotlight, verdienen Recognition, verdienen Everything, während Women kämpfen für Scraps, für Moments, für Chances zu proven, das Geschlecht ist irrelevant, das Skill ist universal, dass Victoria Ashford mit 38-0 Rekord ist real, ist legitimate, ist worthy, von Title, von Belt, von Respekt sie trägt auf Schultern zu Charity-Event, zu Demonstration von Bruce Lee, Showing Jeet Kune, zu Crowd von reiche Donors, von Curious Spectators, von People who came nicht to see fighting, but to see celebrity, to see famous man, to be part von Event, fashionable, acceptable, safe genug für High Society, für wealthy patrons, für world that appreciates martial arts only when packaged correctly, presented properly, demonstrated safely, ohne real danger, ohne real violence, ohne real truth, von what combat is, what combat means, wie combat tests not just body, but soul, not just skill, but character, not just ability, but will to continue, to fight, to refuse defeat, even when defeat seems inevitable, seems logical, seems smart choice to make. Victoria sitzt vorne Row, nicht weil reich, weil kämpfte für Ticket, weil wollte sehen, weil neugierig about Bruce Lee, about Jeet Kune, about man everyone talks about, everyone respects, everyone claims is revolutionary, is different, is special in ways she doubts, will gesehen hat 100 special fighters, 100 revolutionaries, 100 men claiming sie sind best, sind fastest, sind unstoppable, bis face real fighter, bis tested gegen someone trained, nicht für Show, but für Ring, für Hurt, für Victory measured not in applause, but in Knockouts, in Titles, in Belt sie trägt, proving sie ist real, ist tested, ist proven über 38 Fights, über 38 Victories, über 5 years von never losing, never falling, never showing weakness, never demonstrating anything außer absolute Dominanz über every opponent in her weight class, in her division, in her world. Bruce demonstriert, movements fließend, techniques präzise, explanations klar to audience that appreciates show, appreciates performance, appreciates demonstration that is educational, is entertaining, is everything charity event should be. Impressive ohne being threatening, skilled ohne being violent, martial ohne being martial, diluted für consumption von people who want taste ohne full meal, want glimpse ohne real experience, want story ohne truth, want safety von knowing, dass what they see is controlled, is choreographed, is designed to impress not to hurt, to entertain not to damage, to demonstrate not to destroy. Dan Bruce macht gesture, polite gesture, gentleman gesture to Victoria in front row, offering hand, offering moment, offering opportunity to come off stage, to participate, zu sein Part von Demonstration in way that is respectful, is honoring, is recognizing her presence, her status, her being someone special in crowd von spectators. But Victoria heard different message, sees different intention, feels different emotion, rising not von his gesture, but von her pride, von her anger, von her frustration at being patronized, at being treated like lady to be helped on stage, stat fighter, to be respected in ring, stat champion, who earned title not through being given opportunities, but through taking them, through fighting for them, through proving over 38 fights, dass sie ist real, is dangerous, is worthy, von respect not as woman, but as fighter, not as novelty, but as champion, not as someone to be gestured at, but as someone to be taken seriously when they say ihre place is not in audience, ist not in front row watching show, ist in ring demonstrating truth. Mir einen Platz geben, sagt sie, Stimme laut genug, dass everyone hears, everyone stops, everyone turns to see woman standing, belt visible on shoulder, confidence radiating from posture, challenge clear in tone that cuts through polite atmosphere von charity event like knife, like reality intrusion, like moment when safety illusion shatters and something real, something dangerous, something unpredictable enters space, designed to avoid exactly this, designed to prevent exactly this, designed to be everything außer this. Real challenge, real confrontation, real test between two fighters in front of an audience that came for show, but getting reality, came for safety, but getting danger, came for entertainment, but getting truth. Mein Platz ist der Ring, continues Victoria. Not sitting, not backing down, not accepting polite gesture, als polite gesture, but taking it als Insult, als Dismissal, als Proof, dass Bruce, wie alle anderen treats her, wie Novelty, wie Curiosity, like woman to be indulged, not fighter to be faced, to be tested, to be given chance to prove, das 38-0 is not accident, is not luck, is not result von weak division, but result von real skill, real training, real dedication to being absolute best, absolute dominant, absolute champion in way. Men champions are, in way, deserves recognition, not through gesture, aber through test, through combat, through moment als equals face each other. Und skill determines outcome, determines truth, determines who really is worthy, really is skilled, really is champion beyond title, beyond belt, beyond everything except what happens in ring, when techniques clash, when wills battle, when truth reveals itself not through words but through action, through results, through reality undeniable. Audience murmurs, uncomfortable, not expecting this, not wanting this, preferring safety von controlled demonstration to danger von real challenge, preferring show to substance, preferring illusion to truth. But Bruce lächelt, nicht mocking smile, respectful smile, understanding smile, smile von someone who recognizes challenge not als insult, but als opportunity, who sees Victoria not as problem, but as peer, who understands das real martial artist respects nicht gender, but skill, respects nicht appearance, but ability, respects nicht what society says should be respected, but what ring proves deserves. Respect through performance, through victory, durch 38 fights demonstrating, dass Victoria ist real, ist dangerous, is worthy von being taken seriously, von being faced seriously, von being given real response, not polite gesture, but real test. Eine Vorführung machen wir, sagt Bruce, accepting challenge, but framing als Demonstration, als Show, als something acceptable to charity event context, to audience expectations, to society norms that demand violence be packaged, be controlled, be made safe for consumption. But Victoria hears truth unto words, understands dass Bruce is giving her what she wants, real test, while protecting event, protecting audience, protecting everyone von seeing too much truth, von experiencing too much reality, von understanding too completely, das fighting is not entertainment, is test, is not show, is truth, is not safe, is dangerous, in ways. Demonstration can never capture, can never convey, can never make real to people who watch from safety, who observe from distance, who judge from comfort, von never having tested themselves, never having risked themselves, never having put everything on line in ring, where victory and defeat are clear, are final, are truth undeniable. Sie steigt in ring, not waiting for permission, not asking for approval, not being helped, but climbing through ropes herself. Belt still on shoulder, confidence still radiating, challenge still clear in every movement, in every gesture, in every moment, from standing in front row to standing in ring facing Bruce Lee vor audience von hundreds that came for charity demonstration, but getting 38-0 champion, challenging legend, challenging icon, challenging man everyone respects, to prove das respect is earned, not given, is demonstrated, not assumed, is real, not illusion. Aber Victoria's intent is not demonstration, is real fight, real test, real moment to prove, not to audience, but to herself, to Bruce, to world watching, that she is real champion, real fighter, real threat, deserving real respect. Not because woman, but because skilled, because dangerous, because 38-0 is not number is truth, is not accident is achievement, is not luck is result, von being absolutely dedicated, absolutely skilled, absolutely unwilling to be dismissed, to be patronized, to be treated as anything less than equal, as anything less than champion, as anything less than fighter-worthy, von facing Bruce Lee seriously, testing Bruce Lee seriously, proving durch combat not words, that she belongs in ring, that she deserves title, that she earned everything through fighting, not through being given, through proving, not through claiming, through demonstrating over 38 fights that she is real.
First punch comes fast, hard, serious, boxing technique perfected through years, through thousands rounds, through 38 professional fights, Victoria nicht holding back, nicht demonstrating, fighting for real, testing for real, challenging for real, mighty intention not to hurt maybe but to prove, to show, to demonstrate that she can hit, can pressure, can make even Bruce Lee respect not her gender but her skill, her power, her reality als Champion, als Fighter, als someone who through 38 victories earned right to test herself gegen Best, earned right to prove herself gegen Legend, earned right to demand real response not polite gesture, real test not safe show. Bruce moves, nicked back, nicked away, nicked defending traditionally but flowing, redirecting, demonstrating Jeet Kune principles not through explanation but through application, durch action, through response that treats Victoria seriously, respects her skill, honors her challenge by not dismissing, not patronizing, not treating her differently because woman but responding as would to any skilled fighter, any real challenger, any someone worthy von serious response, serious technique, serious demonstration. Das Jeet Kune is not just philosophy is reality, is not just theory is practice, is not just words is truth manifest in movement so precise, so controlled, so perfect das Victoria. Punches connect nothing, find air, miss target not because Bruce avoiding dramatically but because Bruce existing slightly different place, slightly different time, slightly different reality. Dar punches können not land, where force finds no resistance, where aggression dissipates harmlessly, demonstrating das combat is not force against force is understanding, is not strength against strength is technique, is not will against will is wisdom knowing when to flow, when to redirect, when to control without destroying, when to win without hurting, when to prove point without proving dominance, without proving superiority, without proving anything except das respect goes both directions, das Victoria deserves being taken seriously und Bruce appreciates, respects, honors das durch response serious, skilled, worthy von her challenge. 90 Sekunden, Victoria worth dozens punches, all serious, all skilled, all dangerous gegen normale Opponent aber finding nothing against Bruce who moves like water, who exists like wind, who demonstrates durch never striking, through never hitting, through never responding a mighty violence, that control is greater than craft, that understanding is deeper than aggression, that real mastery is shown not durch dominating but durch managing, not durch destroying but durch controlling, not durch proving superiority but durch demonstrating difference between fighting to hurt and fighting to teach, between victory through damage and victory through understanding, between being champion through defeating others and being master through elevating them, through showing them, through teaching on words. Das combat is deeper than they understood, is richer than they believed, is more complex than training prepared them for, when training focused only on winning, on defeating, on being best durch being strongest, through being fastest, through being most aggressive, instead von understanding that real mastery transcends all these, exists beyond competition, lives in space where fighting becomes art, becomes philosophy, becomes truth so deep, so pure, so real. Das Victoria after 90 seconds, not exhausted physically but exhausted mentally from trying to hit opponent who existing everywhere and nowhere, trying to defeat someone who not fighting back but simply existing differently, trying to prove herself gegen someone who respecting her durch not hurting her, durch not embarrassing her, through not taking advantage von openings that exist, could be exploited, could end fight dramatically but would mispoint, would disrespect challenge, would dishonor Victoria, who came nicked to be humiliated, came to be tested, came to be respected durch being faced seriously, not destroyed dramatically. Bruce steps back, not because victory achieved but because point made, because understanding reached, because moment complete in way that satisfies both, that respects both, that honors challenge Victoria brought and skill Bruce demonstrated, that proves neither right nor wrong but proves both worthy, both skilled, both deserving respect, not for what they are but for who they chose to be in moment that could have been violent wurde lesson, could have been destructive wurde understanding, could have been humiliation wurde elevation, through Bruce choosing not to strike, not to hurt, not to defeat Victoria but to honor her durch taking seriously, durch responding skillfully, durch demonstrating that she was right, her place is ring, her place is facing challenges, her place is testing herself against best, not because given permission but because earned right, through 38 victories, through 5 years, through dedication to being absolute best she can be. Victorious that moment, breathing heavy not from exertion but from realization, from understanding flooding through als comprehends nicht dass sie lost but that she experienced something deeper, something she needed, something training ring can never provide, facing someone who treated her not as woman to be gentle with, not as novelty to be patronized, but as fighter to be respected, through being tested seriously, through being faced truly, through being given real response worthy von real challenge she brought, worthy von real skill she demonstrated, worthy von real champion she is proven, through 38-0 record representing not luck but reality von someone who dedicated everything to being best. She reaches, removes belt from shoulder, holds moment feeling weight, not just physical but emotional, historical, personal weight von everything belt represents, everything she fought for, everything she proved through 5 years, through 38 fights, through countless hours training für moments like these, für tests like this, for chances to prove herself gegen best, against legends, against someone like Bruce Lee who demonstrated in 90 seconds without single strike, without single hit, without single moment von aggression, dass mastery exists beyond competition, that greatness transcends titles, that truth lives in understanding so deep, so complete, so real, dass fighting becomes teaching, becomes learning, becomes moment when two warriors from different worlds, different styles, different philosophies meet, not as enemies but as peers, not as competitors but as students, both learning from experience neither expected, neither planned, neither could have predicted would be so profound, so meaningful, so transformative. Victoria liegt belt zu Bruce feet, not as surrender, as recognition, as acknowledgement that she witnessed something special, experienced something rare, learned something valuable, not through being defeated but durch being respected, durch being faced seriously, durch being given real response von someone who could have humiliated but chose to honor, could have destroyed but chose to teach, could have proven superiority but chose to demonstrate difference, chose to show das real champion is. Measured not in victories but in choices, not in titles but in character, not in being undefeated but in being worthy von respect regardless outcome, regardless victory, regardless everything except how. You chose to be in moment that tested not just skill but soul, not just ability but honor, not just technique but truth von who you really are when everything's stripped away except ring, except opponent, except moment demanding answer. What kind von fighter are you? What kind von Person? What matters more, winning or being worth respecting? Charity event, unexpected moment, Victoria Ashford 38-0 Boxerin jumped in ring, challenged Bruce Lee 400 spectators expecting controlled demonstration but witnessing real test, real challenge, real 90 seconds von Victoria fighting seriously und Bruce responding seriously through never striking, through never hitting, through control so complete, so perfect. So absolute as proved point deeper than victory, taught lesson greater than defeat, demonstrated truth that real mastery is knowing when to fight and when to flow, when to strike and when to redirect, when to prove and when to honor, when to win and when to teach, showing Victoria, showing audience, showing world des respect earned not durch beating opponent but durch facing them worthily, not durch destroying challenge but durch honoring challenger, not durch being strongest but durch being wise enough to choose right response für right moment, right person, right reason, demonstrating dass Bruce Lee is legend not just because undefeated but because understands dass real victory sometimes is not fighting, sometimes is not winning, sometimes is being kind one person who respects opponent enough to face seriously, to respond truly, to honor challenge through performance worthy von challenge brought, worthy von skill demonstrated, worthy von champion who brought championship belt und laid at feet nicht aus defeat but aus understanding, aus respect, aus recognition dass she witnessed something special, experienced something rare, learned something valuable. Das Rings purpose ist not just determine winner ist forge character, test spirit, reveal truth von who we are when tested, when challenged, when given chance to choose zwischen being right und being honorable, zwischen winning und being worth respecting, zwischen proving ourselves und elevating others, choice Bruce made, choice Victoria honored, choice audience witnessed in moment werden remembered not for who won but für how both chose to be warriors not just fighters, champions not just winners, Menschen not just athletes. Proving dass real greatness transcends gender, transcends style, transcends everything except choosing jeden Moment to be worth respecting regardless outcome, regardless result, regardless alles außer character demonstrated, honor maintained, truth lived in ring where everything else falls away leaving only who we chose to be.